That's why his party, this guy, is never gonna grow. That's why everybody in the Imama left the EFF. He's presiding over a dying party. And I'm glad it's happening, really, because South Africans do not believe these types of things.
House Chair, I understand why the representatives of imperialist forces will want to silence this voice. And that's why they will stand up to raise unnecessary questions. House Chairperson, the first remark we wish to make is that there was a very little engagement politically. If anything, people want to blackmail us about aid and all sorts of things. But they know very well that there is no reason related to any wrongdoing by South Africa which has led to USA cutting its own aid.
First of all, that's a lie. South Africa implemented what we call the expropriation bill. They made it an act. They made that an act, taking away people's land and removing our individual property rights. Secondly, there's what we call farm matters in South Africa. People want to debate against it. It's people with low IQ, really, unbothered about that. And also, South Africa supported Hamas. They took Israel to the ICJ. And we all know that Israel is a very close ally to the United States. So what do you mean there's no wrongdoing? Damn people like this, man. Damn people like this.
You can't say Donald Trump must be elected today and the following day he makes executive orders, and then you come here and blame the South African government as if the South African government did not do anything in between. That was a predetermined outcome where he wanted to come into office and punish South Africa for its position on Palestine and many other issues.
What's the problem with that? Of course, exactly. Because South Africa's foreign policy and the most domestic policies do not align with what the US is trying to do and where they are going. They do not align with what Trump is trying to do in the United States. So it just makes sense. It follows through. Unfortunately, the people who are going to suffer is us, the South African people. We are being cut off from the AGOA. There's tariffs on our products that go into the American market. So we are going to suffer. But dummies like this in red overalls do not understand these things.
We must be very clear that we are not going to agree to any form of bullying by anyone. It's a lie that there is farm killings in South Africa. Actually, those who are married in farms and owning farms, they kill each other for money, for policy monies. The farmers.
Bro, doesn't this guy sing "Kill the bull, kill the farmer"? And then bro, we must be living in the, I don't know, man. This is the Matrix. I don't know. I mean, it's already bad that 86 murders a day happen in South Africa, and mostly it's black people being killed. Really, in South Africa, we have a murder problem, but we cannot excuse the fact that there's farm matters happening. That is,
themselves kill each other for greedy reasons. The farm workers kill the farmers because they them in exchange for money and do not pay them, like Eugene Terreblanche did when he the farm worker and did not want to pay.
It happens every day with black people. I've never seen him with so much rage. Of course, we cannot compare these types of incidents. You know, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. It's bad no matter who commits it. Murder is horrible no matter who commits it. But people like this, they just want to politicize the whole thing of it. We should be more angry when it's white people do it. But I've never seen him throw tantrums when it's black people who are doing it, and they do it at scale, really.
We cannot be told that there are farm murders in South Africa when the farmers themselves are actually killing the farm workers. It was a white farmers who killed 2 women in Polokwane and fed them to the pigs. It's a complete lie.
Yes, that happened. It's bad, but we are talking about 2 murders In South Africa, a day we are talking about 86 matters a day. I've never seen you being enraged about those. You are always enraged only when it's white people who do it, and you are only mentioning a case of 2. 86 matters happen a day in South Africa, brother. Come on, bro. That's why his party, this guy, is never gonna grow. That's why everybody and their mama left the EFF. He's presiding over a dying party. And I'm glad it's happening, really, because South Africans do not believe these types of things. We don't think like this as South Africans.
White people are being killed in South Africa. If anything, white people live in privilege. And that's what Donald Trump knows. You cannot say Donald Trump is misinformed. They've got the best intelligence equipment in the whole world. They even have a military base next to South Africa in Botswana to listen to every conversation we have. They can tell you what is in private conversation in the executive and everywhere else. They don't need AfriForum. They are using AfriForum as a scapegoat to punish us politically. And we ought to be very clear.
AfriForum is not even a political party, dog. How are they punishing you? They're just exposing the truth. They're just exposing the truth and putting the truth on an international scale for the world to judge and to make their own, for the world to listen and make their own judgments. You guys do not want that. You do not want the truth to be out. That's what you are mad about. That's what you are mad about, bro. And like, what's going on with you? Are you taking Ozempic or something? What's going on, bro?
Yeah, about that. When the aid came into South Africa at the first place, it was not to help Africans. It was imperialist forces putting the aid into South Africa so that they can control South Africa and use that aid to always say to you, if you take a political stand against the imperialist forces, we'll always cut the aid. So we ought to have known even then that we're not supposed to.
But it's their money, bro. It's their money. It's like, if I fund your lifestyle, I'm calling your shots, bro. If I'm the one funding your lifestyle, best believe if I say jump, you ask how high. If I'm the one paying the bills, keeping the lights on in this economy, if I say jump, you better ask how high. Common sense. Come on. Common sense, bro.
Entirely rely on the USA. I'm very happy that the Minister of Health is speaking about possible interventions that can be made to avoid that aid of America. We can do with every help, but we will never accept help that say we must allow the perpetuation of white privilege. We cannot allow the whiteness to prevail in South Africa because we want to save life. We will save life.
Here's the thing, it's like, I've never heard white people speak like this about black people. But I always hear black people speak like this about white people. This is what's so funny. I've never heard a white person say, we can never allow blackness to prevail. Black power to prevail. We must cut the throat of black power. I've never heard a white person speak like that. Yet they're the most racist, right? I always hear black people speak like this. Yet everybody and their mom is gonna tell you that black people can be racist. Racism is defined as power and influence and money and resources. Man, telling you, man.
America did not save us during apartheid. Children were murdered in 1976. Children were murdered in the 80s. Where was America against apartheid? If America had anything to save an African life, it's a lie. They never wanted to save us. They were never there for us before. Palestine was there for us. Cuba was there for us. Russia was there for us. America will never choose friends for us.
Honorable
We will
member,
choose our own
your
friends.
time
Thank
is
you
now
very much.
expired.
Well, these people are crazy, bro. Even their friends are, they make friends according to historical, what happened in history, what happened back in the day. They're not even pragmatic about what is happening today. Really, really. I mean, America, the whole economy runs on the dollar. These guys are saying, they are cutting off America. They don't care about America, what America has to say, what America thinks. Unfortunately, it is the South African people who are going to suffer. Unfortunately, it is us, ordinary people just like you and me, are the ones who are going to suffer the consequences. I mean, the government is already taking up VAT on the 1st of May. People who have businesses who are importing their products in America, tariffs are going to be put on those products. It is going to be very difficult to make money. That market is going to die altogether. It's leaving. They have to find and sell their products somewhere else in the world. Something has to replace America. And I wonder which country is going to do that, because also Americans have the highest buying power. These people do not think. They do not think, really. They hate South Africans. They hate the ordinary people. They are just political. They want to repossess the land. They hate America. They hate the West. They are going to side with Palestine, Iran, Hamas, all of these terrorist organizations and terrorist countries. They're going to side with them. But no, Israel, America, that are actually doing good in the world, no, they're going to be, sidelined because they are bullies. They have imperialist forces, warawar. Man, I'm telling you, these people. Ladies and gentlemen, if you liked this one, hit the like button, hit the sub, open your notifications so that you are notified every time we upload. Somebody said in the comment section in one of the videos that they think I'm shadow banned. I also think that some of the things that we raise here, they are not mainstream ideas, and we know YouTube has been known, to shadow ban some people. So I hope I'm not shadow banned. We are here, ladies and gentlemen.